I'm going to do some common mistakes for Taijutsu Kimi Ugoki on Ichi-No-Gata, Ni-No-Gata, San-No-Gata, Shi-No-Gata, Go-No-Gata, and Roku-No-Gata. So anyone who's studying from the 7th kyu down, these are some common mistakes, and these are also some things, a little deeper information about the kata to kind of give you guys a little bit more information about it. I'm going to raise this up just a bit just to make sure that it doesn't look like it's high enough. There we go. Now, what I'm going to have you do, I'm having you watch, because I think that'll help you more than me using you as the uke, because I know you've been my uke for a whole long time. But for you, I want you to be my uke because I want you to feel exactly the points I'm hitting. Okay? I know typically it should be the other way around from an uke perspective, but I also got to figure out how I can help you guys together. Okay? So what we're going to do is, I might actually use you both too with certain things. So we're looking at Ichi-No-Gata. The most common mistake, go to Ichi-No-Kamae. The most common mistake is when he throws the kazami, go ahead, I'm going to step forward into this elbow strike and then come in. The most common mistake is the stepping forward. That is absolutely incorrect. When I throw a jab, throws the jab, he's not going to keep it out there. He's going to throw the jab and then pull it back. If he throws the jab and then pulls it back, pull back, I don't have it. I'm elbowing his elbow. I'm going to hurt myself. So what we want to do, and sit back just a tad, well, there we go. So what we want to do is, as he comes in with this jab, I want to step back, because as he does it, go ahead, I want to pull that arm to get that shot. I don't want to just feel that jab when I throw it in there. I don't want to feel it, but I want to extend it so I can get the strike and then come into the shot, right? So that is one of the most common mistakes of Ichi-No-Gata, is not stepping back. It is the first technique of the Taijutsu Kimi Ugoki, and in most people who've never studied martial arts, when an attack comes in, the feeling, again, Taijutsu Kimi Ugoki, or a feeling form, or a feeling of a formless form, I guess you could say that. Most people, they go back when there's an attack. Well, what we're trying to do is take that natural feeling of stepping away from something, but educating them enough to understand how they can actually implement that natural feeling into martial movement. Okay? All right, very good. So I'm going to have you step out, he threw up. Now we're going to do number 2, which is Ni-No-Gata. It's going to rotate you two like a little rotisserie chicken here. Okay. It doesn't make a shit to me, all right? I'm going to do the technique regardless. So I'm going to have you stand at this angle here. The common mistake with Ni-No-Gata is people don't get the lock like they're supposed to get the lock. They're just fucking doing something. It's like, I'm hurting their leg, it should work. First of all, give me your finger here, Heath. Let's get in that camera. When we talk about locking people's joints, I know there's a big thing about MMA and beating people up and all this kind of shit. A lock means you've locked the joint. The joint is not immobilized. You can lock any joint of the body. To explain this, I'm going to use Heath's little finger. Go like this. See how he can move his finger. If I do this, right, I'm just going to do this. Is there any pain?
No.
No, no pain. Can you move your finger up?
No.
No, he can't, because I've locked the joint. Now, I don't have to go, give me your finger and break down on it. I don't need to do that and make him feel pain or put him in a sense of he might get injured for me to work a technique. If I do this, I know I've locked the finger, right? So when you do the idea of locking that joint, now if I've locked this pinky, right, I'm sorry, this first finger, the index finger, if he can't move, just go like that, he can't move it, I've locked it. The only way he could get out of this lock is if he moves his wrist, or if he moves his elbow. So he has to move a different joint to get out of the lock, but the lock itself is applied. It's like if I'm going to do, let's say we're going to do this particular technique here, maybe I'm doing a wrist lock. So if I do this particular wrist lock to him, he can't move his wrist. Move your wrist towards me. Yeah, he can't do it. The only way he can get out of this wrist lock is if he moves his elbow back, or maybe he takes his shoulder and pushes me forward. He's going to have to use a different joint to get out of this lock, because I have locked this joint. So that's what that is. So when you guys are being uke or tori, or you're just working kata, kata in waza is not kumite. It is not randori. When you guys are sparring, yeah, fuck that. Don't give it to him. Fight out of it. Try to find a way out of it. That's perfectly well and good. But when you're doing kata or you're doing waza, you're giving your body to them. So it is absolutely the most stupidest thing in the world to be like, yeah, push it harder. I want to feel pain. Don't do that. Don't put yourself under pain or under injury just because you want to feel a little pain. okay? As long as they've got the joint locked, then it's locked. If they have immobilized the joint, they have locked it. Now on Ninogata, he throws the kick. Good, good. I step off, I catch, boom, I take him down. Now as he goes down, this is the most common mistake. Yep, they can see me go. I'm gonna pull my britches up so they can see my legs. I know, right? This is going on the Kudin page. I wouldn't put this on YouTube because then they're gonna be like, ah! So anyway, but I'm wearing black, the floor's black, he's wearing black. I don't, in my camera I can't see whether they see it or not. So the big thing here is once I take them down, I want to pin. Move your body this way so you can see something. When I get my leg here, notice I want to make sure that when I pin, I hook the heel. Now, once I hook, all I want is this kneecap that's facing straight up. I want this kneecap to go that way. That's it. I just want the knee to go that way slightly. Once it does, this knee is going to go right on the top of his knee, just like this. Right? And I'm going to slide this foot back. And I want to put pressure, this knee going this way. Now, once I've got this straight, my heel hooked here, you guys are going to pull up on that, kind of like you're stringing a bow. Right? Where you put it underneath one leg and then lift the other side so you can string the bow. That's what you're doing here. You put pressure, you slide back with the left, the knee comes into this knee this way, and you pull against the heel. Just like this. Alright? So that is its, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that is the general miss of that. People just focus so much on the heel that they don't really realize that it's more of a, it's more, if I had to say, do we get the lock to the ankle or the knee? Well, it is to both. But if I have to choose one or the other, you're putting your knee in the middle of their knee and you're pulling on the ankle. So if you only can get one or the other, we want to focus more on the knee lock than the ankle lock. Okay? Come on up here. We're going to do Sun. Now Sun Nogata, the most common thing is I'm going to do it wrong. He's going to come in with that right punch, right foot lead. Now see his back foot. Back up so you can see the camera. I'm going to step in and I'm just going to have him step right there. I'm going to go, right? Notice he doesn't move. He just basically steps there and steps back. That's not what we want. What we're trying to do is control the energy. So when he comes in with the right punch, right foot lead, I go over the top of the arm. I want that leg to go past this front leg. So when I go over the top, let's do it this way so you can see the movement. Yeah, you step back, there we go. And I'm here, Chino Kamai. Now so here, he comes in, I go over the top and I pull. See how I step there? The reason I need him to pull, look at how far he stepped. This right foot was all the way, step back, it was all the way over there. The reason I need that to step that way is because I need to put my body into his Shimizu and take control of that outside weak side of his body. So he comes in, go ahead, I go over the top, I swing, boom, I pull. I use that by getting that Kensetsu Waza. Now if we just step up, look at where we're at. My body is exactly into his Shimizu. His wrist is in my strength box and I've got nothing except pushing it backwards. So I take him down, bang, I step up. Again, knees into the elbow, straightening the arm, sliding back. We want to make sure that this arm is straight. We don't want to bend. Straighten the arm out. This wrist should make a straight line to the shoulder, and then you execute the Kotegeshi, just like that. All right, very good. Thanks very much. Come on in here, Heath, you're up. So that's Sun Nogata. So we want to make sure that you guys are pulling them past a 180. If someone comes in here, when they pull, if I'm the uke, right? If I step in with my left and right side back, and I'm coming in this way. So when they pull me, this foot should go all the way around like that. They should step way past a 180 before you swing them the other way. Now, Shinogata. What most people have to be on this side of the camera. The number one miss isn't the technique from the grab. The number one miss is the grab. The number one miss on Shinogata is the first fucking grab. He comes in with the right punch, right foot lead, go ahead. I step. Now my hands are going to come up. This hand grabs the wrist, this hand grabs the hand. That's the most key thing. I need to make sure that I get a kote dori from the jump. I have to get this lock. As I turn my hips, I put my elbow into his chest, and then I take him down. Bang. And then he's down, and I move in for the kote dori, which that going into the kote dori, having their elbow into the knee and then pressing into the lock, that ain't the normal mistake. A lot of times, we'll go this side, a lot of times what I'll see people do is they come in with the punch, and they'll grab like this. See, I'm grabbing onto his forearm and maybe his wrist, and they'll pull it. but they don't have anything on this, so they're just gonna grab it, you know what I mean? And then they take them down and then they go for the lock. That is not correct. Make sure that when it comes in, this hand is here, this hand is on the hand. These are all against knives and swords, guys. I don't want to grab here and then he knife you, right? So make sure that this is here, and when you get to this butterfly position as you pull, there's your kote dori, there's your Ichi-Roku, and then you go into your takedown and then so on and so forth, okay? So that is the #1 mistake with Shinogata. Thank you so much. Come on in. Go no gata. The #1 in go is that they don't do the first 4 things in the same step. So as he comes in with his lead jab, again, now focus, when he comes in with this kazami, no one's going to do this and keep it out there. They're going to do this and pull in. So now, instead of extending his arm, because if I know he's going to throw a jab and retract, then I want to makura and pull back, and I want to extend the arm myself by me moving my body back in Ichi-No-Gata. In Go-No-Gata, I know he's going to retract. So instead of me stepping back, I'm going to force him to step back so that I can control the distance and then still take care of the situation. So when he comes in with the lead jab, go ahead. This hand is here in one step. Block, strike, grab, and then as I step, I throw that shot in here. The reason I'm doing this, because if someone does this, if I do this, but boom, boom, he's going to pull his hand back, pull it in. And then I'm dealing with this shit, and then he's going to move, and you're not going to get it. The reason we do the elbow strike, when he comes in, go, boom, wham, I'm striking in here, is to extend this arm. I need this extended. This hand has to be above the elbow, and then I take that down for the lock. So I see a lot of people, they're going like this. Boom, now my foot's down, boom, boom. You want to make sure that it's going to be the makura uke, here, grab, strike, all in one step. In one step, I know you got in camera can't see my feet, but in one step, when I'm in Chino Kamae, this comes up from makura, grab, strike, extend on the first step. Then you take it down for the lock. And so many people miss that. They're breaking it up, but when you make 2 motions to 1 motion, it becomes unrealistic. They're making 1 motion. You need to do 1 motion. It's okay if you do 5 things in 1 motion. I can kick him in the groin and I strike, wow, at the same time. I can do multiple things, right? That's the part of being an educated martial artist. But if you don't do those first 4, which is makura, strike, atemi, right? Sakami, and then Ichi-Roku, if you don't do those first 4 things in that first step, you're fucking the technique from a realistic application. So thanks so much. Now let's see Roku. Roku no Gata is the #1 mistake with Roku no Gata is they try to grab the goddamn arm. So he comes in with a punch. Oh, let me get in position. I'm here. He comes in with a punch. I grab. This hand comes up, and I break his arm, throwing in that direction and throwing this way, right? The idea of that technique is correct, and that is the principle and the strategy of Roku no Gata. However, from a technical perspective, that isn't correct. We are trying to preserve history. We're not changing the 7 traditions. And I get that you guys, well, we're studying Budo Ninjutsu. Budo Ninjutsu is what is that. But Budo Ninjutsu is 5 areas of training. One of those areas is the 7 warrior traditions or the Nanamusha Den. And those 7 traditions we're not changing. We're not altering them. You're going to learn that as history. That's the way that I was taught to me, and I'm giving it to you. The way this technique works from a traditional perspective, when he throws that first punch, both hands come up. This isn't a grab. This is actually makura uke, and I'm stepping in here. As my hip turns, my hand turns. Then I'll grab. So when he comes in, go ahead, boom. And now from here I step in, boom. Turn the hip, grab. Now I post, break the arm and throw in that direction I'm here. The idea, no one's missing the idea of Roku no Gata. It's a 180, break the arm, throw him the other way. No one's missing that. What they're missing is, if he throws a, I'm going to show you a realistic thing. Go to Chino Kamae, and I'm going to step in with this, and I want you to grab with the backhand like normal, and then go in for the lock here. So I'm stepping in, he grabs, I'm pulling in. I'm pulling it because he grabbed me. Right, for every action, there's going to be a reaction. So if he grabs me, I got to change my whole course, you know? I mean, if I'm going up to punch him in the face and he starts choking me, I'm not going to keep punching him. He's choking me. I got to deal with the choke, you know what I mean? I'll probably counter grab the choke and kick him in the sack and then come in with an ippon or something like that, right? So you have to change based on what the energy is. However, the idea with Taijutsu, good Taijutsu, is that Taijutsu should be transparent. It's there, but it's not there. It's there, but you can't see it. You're giving them something that they think they have, and then you take it away from them. So when he throws the punch at me, I want him to think that he's got it. Go ahead. And I'm up like this. He's still, at this point, he's still going through natural motion. His body's going this way. That's what he wanted. He wanted to put his knuckles through my neck, right? But at the moment that he does that, as he comes in, whoa, now I come this way and throw him the other direction. Because I'm not grabbing the arm. I'm here, and as it comes in, it's Makura. Here, post. Then as I turn the hips, grab, and then send them the other way. All right, so thank you very much. So these are the most common mistakes in the Taijutsu Kimi Ugoki, Ichi-Roku. So 9th kyu, 8th kyu, 7th kyu, yeah. So for all of you guys on the Kuden page, hopefully you guys can take a few notes, stick them in your Den show, and let me know if you guys have questions.